ameingia.
National dialogue. There is a national crisis.
So you haven't had any offers of face-to-face talks with Museveni?
No.
Would you have talks if they were on offer?
Nor do I expect any. I don't need any.
Do you want them?
It's not a Besigye Museveni matter, for heaven's sake. There is simply a national crisis. It's not a party crisis. It's not an opposition government crisis. There is a national crisis.
Out talks?
I haven't ruled out anything. I've just said that it's not necessary for Besigye to have talks with anybody to end this crisis.
So what exactly are you asking of the government?
To respond appropriately to our demands.
And those demands?
Well, the initiative is in the hands of the regime in power. We don't have the initiative. We are only showing our dissatisfaction with what they are doing. It is them to respond to the popular discontent. There is popular discontent. It's not massive popular discontent. Simply going about using within the confines of the law, and that's what we shall continue doing. But the thing they are failing to respond to is the popular discontent. The fact that they are governing over people who are fed up with the way they are being governed. That is what they need to address. All the other services in shambles, one has to sleep fighting for space with crawling insects and things like that. But otherwise, the prison's officers, I think, treated us politely and acted professionally for most of the time. Though they denied us some of our visitors, but they said it was within their rules. So I think the treatment within the prison services was reasonable in the circumstances. What they tried to do was what they say is allowed by the rules, to examine our bodies, and they demanded that I put on their uniform, which I declined, because I considered if I'm still a free man, I have not been convicted of any offense, and I must be treated as such, as an innocent person. And fortunately, they accepted my refusal to put on their prison's uniform. For anything, I am simply expressing citizens' rights to show discontent with what the government is doing, and doing it within the law. I have not asked for a regime change at all. We are asking for changes that impact the people's lives. That is all we are demanding. So we are not varying what we are doing with anybody else.
But that's what you did earlier, and it's not that you want to see the type of Arab Spring coming to sub-Saharan Africa.
Pardon?
It's not that you want...
The thing is that I am not setting out to become a matter of anything. I'm simply asserting my citizen rights, inherent, which are not offered by the state, and which I am determined to defend at all costs.
Some critics say that you're just a sore loser, having lost 3 times in a row, and worse this time than before. What do you say to them?
I, receive it as an opinion that anybody would be entitled to. I wish I would be ignored as, as just a sour graping loser. Let them ignore me so that I can go about my business. I don't see why a regime that has won with 7% of the vote should be so jittery as to stop citizens just walking from their homes to their offices. It must be a show of something fundamentally wrong, which I think every reasonable person should interrogate. Well, sinawa kumanya lwaki bansibidde endowooza bye bakola bye bya bulijjo. Olwaleero sirina ku bigere, ndi mu motoka yange, naye tebanzikiriza ngitambule ngende gye njagala okugenda. Abalina okuntwala, ekyo sijja kukikkiriza. So tuyimiridde wano, simanyi kiki ekinaagenda mu maaso. Naye embeera ya bulijjo, naye nga banka yange eri wano ewandigeya, bangaanidde wano. Kati eyo y'embeera gye tulina okutambuliramu tulabe bw'eneekoma, naye nga mbeerayo yakunyigiriza, naye ng'ekigireetera okuba bw'etyo lwakuba tulina gavumenti etya bannansi, etayagala, emanyi nti abantu basanyufu, emanyi nti byekola si bituufu. Okudda mu palamenti n'oyisa obuwumbi 1,700 kyogenda kugula ennyonyi enwanyi, abantu nga tebalina kye balya, gy'oyisiza miliyoni 28,000 za kukola embaga y'okulayiza mwami Museveni nga yasobodde n'okulayirira ewuwe mu kisenge, naye n'oyisa bajeti ya miliyoni 28,000 kulya mu lunaku olumu, abantu nga tebalina kye basuulira. Embeera eyo gye balina okukolako, si kukola ku Besigye. Embeera basobola okugikolako, balina obuyinza, kiri gye bali okulaba nti babikolako. Things that need to be done are policy issues.
Like what?
One of them, we have a food crisis indeed, is that we don't even have a food reserve as a country. A government that has been in power for a quarter of a century does not have even 1 grain of food in its reserve that would take care of short-term shortages. This is one of the things that should be done. Obviously, agriculture itself, we are endowed with the most beautiful environment for agriculture. But, the fact that when there is a temporary drought, the of food is an indication of failure of policy that would have been put in place infrastructure for irrigation, research which is needed for agriculture is not there. All this is underlined, of course, underpinned by the corruption, by the pervasive, massive corruption that is there in the government. So even where a plan, it cannot be implemented. These are issues which can be dealt with. We have a huge cost of public administration. It's money that would be going into servicing the needs of citizens.
Don't you think your situation with the police getting arrested is overshadowing the issue? Is actually the issue is not being addressed because the issue has become you and you.
Indeed, I am an issue is because of the causes. The reason all these people are chanting and singing is not because of me. What do they need of me? It is because of their discontent. So I am not even sure that that the issue can ever shift them to me. I think it will always remain, and if their issues were addressed, I would become a total non-entity. These guys obviously are not allowing me, so I don't know.
Which is your bank?
In the main city. So when we stop them, they have gone like this. So I want us to understand one another. Let's go. You go to the bank. There is no arrest, there is nothing. But we should not close the road.
Who is crossing the road, for heaven's sake?
Nobody, let's see. But I have on not driving from the pilot. Okugamba vuga doctor omutwa uiteni twanga abantu bangi awade bamukule bamuliko. So let's not create fast. We will not stop you from doing any risk. Having all that volume of people in the CBD.
So how will I get into one again?
I will take you there. We came with you. Let's go. Pilot, let's go, please. Let's go because we are calling you.
How can it not be my right also to walk to the bank and use the vehicle because you think it is going to cause traffic problems? What do you want me to do?
But do you to a place which is safe, traffic free? I'm not doing anything other than that. Okay, why do you want to do your own thing?
Let's follow him. Let's follow him. This cannot continue. None of you fellows feeds me. None of you fellows feeds my family. Stop being a nuisance to become a nuisance around here. Stop it. You said I can pass here. Open the road now and
I
I
will
pass.
not open because you have very many people following you. I can't risk them in one day. Go to your office.
I want to go to my bank, not to my office.
You will not go there, sir. You must go here. This is the...
I am not going to take that illegal order. It stops here. It stops here. That's nonsense. You told me I can go to the bank through here. Now you are saying I can't go to the bank.
Thanks for abusing me. I thank you, sir. I thank you, sir. That cannot be. Because you want to take insecurity in the town.
Do you know where my office is?
He has about 1,000 people following him. I mean, how can I take them in the town? After the office, he can organize come to the
I
bank.
left my home going to the bank. I want to go
Okay, I'm saying according to intelligence we have, is that many people are in the central business and they want to steal and loot. I cannot allow that. As a police officer, I cannot allow that.
They want to steal and loot because of me.
Not because they are following you, not you looting. If you can tell your people not to follow you, you will go, no problem. Why are you calling many people? Why are many people following you?
How about you stop the people from following?
I have done it, but they come back. Those questions, if you are supporting him, it's up to you. But may I support security, peace, law and order. Thank you. Commanding Kampala,
You are on peace and your job, not for the peace of this city.
Ah, doctor, you are lying.
It is for your job.
There they had started crossing the road. You mean, is that peace for you?
Yes, and it's a shame
Okay, thank
that
you.
you defend your... It's a great shame. We don't pay you to behave like this. I can't walk, I can't drive because people are following me. So take me to exile if that's what you think will help.
Twagala mirembe, twagala mirembe, twagala mirembe, twagala mirembe, mirembe, twagala mirembe. Kabaka yekka, kabaka yekka, kabaka yekka, kabaka yekka, twagala kabaka yekka, kabaka, watulwanirira kabaka, tulwanira kabaka, tulwanira kabaka waffe.
I have not worked for 2 weeks because of the actions of your colleagues. It is your colleagues blocking the road.
I understand what you are talking.
You should ask your colleagues to get off the road so that we can go.
Other road users.
Who is inconveniencing the other road user? Please use what is in your head. Who is inconveniencing other road users? This is my vehicle, I have a right over it. You can bring your breakdowns and tow it. I am not going to move from here, I'm going to Wandegea to my bank. I've told you the options. Get a breakdown and tow it if you want. And you'll tow the vehicle alone, I will walk to the bank. It's my vehicle. It's my vehicle. Don't bother with me.
Now we cannot even drive. I don't understand that. He's not the only person in the family. No, he's the only person. The only person. And you are the ones who
What do you think?
You think that it's not as it is in my past. If you can allow...
You are not man, you should not allow to be abused. You should not allow to be used. Time will come and you will retire to your home. Retire honorably instead of being used by these criminals. I was in uniform. I shed my uniform. I could not be used. I could not be abused by these fellows. You have no right to get into my
Where is the house are you from? Where do you work from? Which media house are you from? Which media house are you from? It is me talking to you. Identify yourself. And nothing you're going to do. Where is your ID? Where is your ID? No, you know the problem. Where is your ID? This guy was touching his bag. He was opening his bag.
I was just a human. Give me space. I never touch his bag.
Where is your ID? Where is your ID? Where is your ID? Where is your ID? What media house are you from? No, there's no one you're going to intimidate here. No one you're intimidating here. You're very stupid. Go away. You're very stupid. You're hopeless. Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Fell inside here. Why does he throw a hammer? Why does he break my vehicle with a hammer? I will hammer him. Let him come. Why do you break my vehicle, you fool? How can you, the police, use guns like this? With hammers. Look at him.
Besigye aliwa? Let him go! Push him on!
Kati bamutegeeza kitegeeza buli kimu kati musabe muntu oba mututte mututte busi asanza nangamba tula wansi netula wansi nga bali awo nyimiridde awo masikamati
We are not breaking for nothing. See the press, you should do your job, and once we do our work. You get it?
But why did you arrest Besigye if it was the press?
No, I told them to get out.
How did you confirm he was the WJC? You are the WJC reporter.
He had the job like you. You have it, but you're not the one. But I know him.
Is he the one who's from that is that guy? Is
No,
he the one?
not this one.
And gave him the pepper spray that he sprayed in the car.
I don't.
I saw it and I filmed it.
Oh.
It's going to go on Al Jazeera later. A policeman gave him the pepper spray that he sprayed in the car.
Give who?
The man that sprayed the pepper
The man
spray.
who sprayed the pepper
That's
spray
going to go on international television later.
He was given
You're going to look
the pepper
silly
by
if
the
you
police.
stand there and deny
that
it.
man did bad because when you are here, you cover the function, but you leave the police to do its job.
No, we are asking about the man who sprayed the spray in the car. It was given him by
But
the
inside
police.
the car also, Besigye had pepper spray. He sprayed us. What are we going to do to him?
No, that's not what
he
we're
had it in the
saying. We're
hammer.
saying a policeman gave...
You identify yourself. Identify yourself. We are all identifying
ourselves. Even before I identified myself, they were already managed how to tell me. No, they should have uniforms. Let them have jackets. If it's a policeman, let him have jacket. The police jacket, I can find him as a journalist. Reporting for police to inform on the what else are going on. We know you. We know you.
How to handle the situation. How to differentiate journalists from a plain clothes guy.
Timothy ono musajja abadde kise. Ono musajja gwe twadde tukwata ko.
Ono musajja gwe asiza. Musajja mbega. Tayambadde uniform y'abannamawulire, ayina kamera, akuba ebifaananyi. Babadde bakayita eddakiika ntini nga bamaze okutwala Besigye. Mukulu Grace Twaguma agamba cameraman wa Magundi munamawulire wa WBS ayambadde jacket abadde agezaako okuzibira abapoliisi okukwata Besigye ng'ate omuvubuka ono yabadde akikola. Omuvubuka oyo alabika abadde ayambadde jacket ya WBS bwe tumupa suwi wawulira ng'akavuyo weekali n'agijjamu. Bw'agijjamu nze kwe kumupa suwinga gezaako kutegeka lwaki agezaako okutanishinga our image. Polisi yokaika yemukuta emutadde mu kimuduka kyayo kiki. Bwebanga tebamumanyi bataasa waaki. Lwaki bamussa mu motoka yaabwe. Olamenya ekibadde waawo at first, the first incident. Musajja badde ayambadde plain clothes akubye ekikonde emotoka ya Besigye be bamukutte bamuteeka mu ki. Mu motoka yaabwe ne bamussa kiwenga. So stop fooling us around.
No, he has gone outside. You seek permission.
Nakatambala kunywa wengi. Okiwulira webansanze bafuutu simabega. Owulira ne nabo kola kiwa. Owulira wanze sina musango.
It's really very good because it is unraveling many of the illusions that we have had about this regime. It is removing the sugar coating, and we are getting bare knuckled, which is a big accountability for all the years of war that we have had throughout this. And I'm sure it's not very difficult for all of you to work out if this is the city center, this is where civilization resides. How was it up north? How was it in Teso? How was it in West Nile? I think it's just a very good reminder of what our history is and who we are. And I do believe that this is a real sport for the entire world, for humanity to see what is possible and what has happened.
Should Dr. Besigye go ahead day after?
Well, Dr. Besigye is a free citizen. This is the, you see, you don't ask the right questions. You're addressing the wrong thing. Excuse me. So what I know is that there's a medical situation here because police has asked me to look for Dr. Besigye, who is needed inside there, and therefore there must be a health situation here. I have also asked my colleagues in the Red Cross to stand by
did cancel
and So all this blockade is about something curious inside there.
The doctor is...
So no, no. You extend me.
Even when he's sick, that's what we're saying. If he's in your custody, you used to see him, to know that he's okay. They're officers of court. Now, tell the doctor. So
they do anything I told you.
We don't know, I don't know whose blood, but the car has blood.
No, let them finish all of us. Yes. He dies and we all die. Nobody's to remain here.
And they use the hammers to break the glass.
People, this country belongs to all of us. And nobody has a monopoly of a gun. No. No. He dies and everybody must die.
Okay.
Can't treat Besigye like that. In his car, you people have not seen what is on the footage. No.
Yeah, I've been in the car, it has blood. We don't know whose blood.
No. I saw it and people remember anything. 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 Take us in the vehicle, pulled him out, kicked everybody. What I've seen today? No. God must come down. God must come down and save this country. I'm so disappointed.
Unfortunately, the faces that I see being used as
but no, Besigye dies, everybody must die.
are not here.
We are all ready to die. Look at me properly.
Protecting people's things for nothing.
Just kill all of us.
All of them. These are all of the anyanyas like me. It's used to do bad things. Sorry, that I know that.
He won election, you stole election, and you want to kill him.
Face demands. These are my fellow northerners. They are being misused. Those with the long noses are in an air-conditioned office. Let me see that.
I can't sit. I want to see him there. We've been waiting for him to die there. Let him die and everything goes on. Things will fall apart. No. He won elections and you want to kill him? No. I saw it.
No, you know, yeah, that's CMY. They can't. So instead of seeing them, that's why the madam asked.
Go home. Don't cry, boy.
But you can't take up this one.
Yeah, but this Mulago roundabout, they're within the jurisdiction of this school.
I'm going to ask people to manhandle you.
How can you please keep
First, let us, for now, just get into that room. Then we will come back.
Sir, you don't have any role to play. Let the doctor
No, you're sitting.
Sorry.
Yes.
Residents of Kasanga.
They are two counts.
Angungo, Lino, and Muganzi Christian. Your Honor, the accused persons are presented by Mr. Kalibala Ernest.
Housekeeping. It is my submission is not in a position to take a plea today, this honorable court. Your Worship, the process of, if it can be called that, this morning was fairly violent. In the process, Dr. Besigye, who was in a vehicle, was sprayed with tear gas or some other noxious spray. He was taken to Kasangati police station where he was held for about 2 or 3 hours before he was able to be seen by a doctor. The medical doctor, Your Worship, instructs us, she's a surgeon by training, but she was able to administer first aid in the form of an anti-acid eye drops, and anti-acid wiped over his skin, over the face and upper torso, which was sprayed. Your Worship, I apologize, but sorry, Your Worship, the effects are still in actually this room. They're on their clothes, and it actually affects you. Your Worship, on their body, on the upper part of his body, who needed this alkaline first aid treatment. Your Worship, the surgeon tells us that he is suffering from acute allergic rhinitis, as well as upper respiratory tract irritation of the nose and throat. But most importantly, he is suffering from acute inflammation of his conjunctiva, the membrane of the eye, and actually needs to be seen by an eye specialist. He's suffering from acute inflammation of the conjunctiva. The technical name for it is acute ecchymosis, but it's swelling of the membrane of the eye. Your Worship, the first aid which was administered at the police station and also a little bit here at court has not been successful, and as a result, Dr. Besigye can't see. And it's my prayer, therefore, my submission, therefore, Your Worship, that he cannot take plea. We certainly haven't been able to take instructions from him this afternoon. And I would pray that the court invoke its powers under Section 65 of the Magistrates Court Act to require him to execute a bond for his attendance on another day in order that he may receive emergency treatment from a doctor more conversant with matters relating to the eyes, rather than a doctor, but a surgeon. So, Your Worship, I pray that he be released on bond, court bond, and I pray, Your Worship, that it be without sureties. But if court so wishes, sureties can be provided. So that's my preliminary prayer, Your Worship.
Your Worship, I can see A1, he has his head down. I can see A1 in court, his head is down and his eyes are covered. ordinarily would have preferred that anybody who is in police custody should in the first instance be seen by a government medical officer. Just to be sure that any conditions that the alleged is suffering from are certified. Unfortunately, Your Worship, I am unable to say that he is feeling well to take a plea. Since Council says that
you are unable to?
I'm unable to state with certainty that he is fit to take a plea. Now, Your Worship, Council states that he has not been able to take instructions from anyone. In the premises, Your Worship, pray that the confined out from A1 if he's ready to take plea or not, since he's in court. It is also our prayer, Your Worship, that the rest of the case lead to the charges. And Your Worship, in the event that this court finds out that A1 is not in a position to take plea to the charges today because of his condition, it is our prayer that he be bonded with sureties, but not without sureties. Substantial sureties to guarantee his appearance in court, and the date that will be fixed by this court. Also pray, Your Honor.
The MP, the sitting MP for Chadondo East constituency, which takes this particular territory. Your Worship, I also have the Honorable Abdul Katuna. He is the Member of Parliament for Beigye County in Uganda. Philip Wafula Ogutu. The MP-elect for Nkore Central constituency. A member of the Forum for Democratic Change National Executive Committee and resident in Ntinda, Sulakawa Division.
I have listened to the submissions of counsel for the accused. I have looked at A1 and observed him, and I conclude that he is not in good health. And since counsel for the accused states that he is unable to take plea, and applying for bond under section 65 of the MCA, this court will take into consideration the above circumstances stated by law and will release A1 on a bond of 5 million not cash with the sureties who have been presented. The rest of the accused A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 will also not take plea today. The case will be adjourned until the 2nd of May 2011 at 9:30 for both accused. A1 up to A2 up to A6 will be remanded until that date when they will appear for plea taking. It is so.
You know that Your Worship, I think it does, because the right under Article 23(6) to apply for bail, and Your Worship.
So we always remand suspects and we come and take plea on that when it takes. We will take plea on that.
Your Worship, if I just make one very last minute, Your Worship, and I apologize but Your Worship is not found as officio. So if I may just briefly touch on this. It's a very dangerous precedent.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, this year we shall overcome someday. The August will go. August will go. The August will go someday. I do believe the August will go someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. We shall live in peace someday. He will go.
Do you have the key? For the answer.
You will go someday. Oh, someday.
Thugs, we cannot. We cannot sit with them. We shall not sit with them in that van. We shall not sit with them in that van. We shall not sit with them in that van. They want to go beating us. We shall not go. Beating us. We shall not go in that van.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Beating us. Police. You are always running. He was beating, he's driving. What man? Okay, I am sorry.
You
can't. You go there in the corner. It's okay.
We can't be beaten by those people.
No.
Police no. No anti.
Let me go behind.
We are not taking any people. Our people are suffering. They are safe.
Drive like you're driving prisoners.
No prisoners. You have not got the remand. Nabo.
Justin, kuja hapa. Kuja. Njoo.
Anyway, let me get away to where it's quiet. I'll call you and confirm.
Kale.